Thank you so much to Ms. Wilson for creating this award and this organization and presenting it to me. My gratitude also goes to the Ms. Foundation for making this empowering event possible. I am honored to be in this space, celebrating and centering the lives and work of girls and women. And as I bask in this honor, I can't ignore the fact that my experience as a young trans woman of color being celebrated is outside the norm for so many of my sisters. Many of my sisters are grappling with largely being invisibilized and ignored. They're not even counted as they grapple with homelessness and joblessness, access to healthcare and education. And this space of lack pushes them out of hostile homes and intolerant schools and into detention facilities and prisons and on our streets and deeper into poverty. And these alarming, interconnected issues remain widely unaddressed because we as a society do not acknowledge that trans women are women, trans women are real women, that black and brown bodies matter, and that trans girls and women of color are worthy of our protection and our care. So these were the vital issues that pushed me to use my voice to tell my story and hopefully encourage others to tell theirs. And I'm proud that I now stand as a mirror to girls like myself, a mirror that I frankly didn't have growing up myself. But the reality is, my success is not yet possible for girls growing up like I did. And I'm not talking about accolades. I'm talking about living freely and safely and obtaining shelter and health care and means to support yourself. These things should not be out of reach for any girl. And so we cannot celebrate my success story without discussing how society and our culture made it impossible for me to even be here and continues to fail trans girls and trans women of color. These girls, you don't know them, but they stand at the intersection of race, gender, and class on the margins of our society, left to fend for themselves. And so much of our work is still cut out for us, and creating the world that we want for girls and women starts with our own openness, our own personal, each and every one of us, our openness to embracing girls and women from all walks of life and knowing that those women may not look or come from the same path of life that you've walked and come from. And in the world that I see, these girls are protected and nurtured and affirmed. They are included in conversations, all of our conversations about violence against women and HIV prevention and reproductive rights. They have access to women's colleges and restrooms and unbiased, knowledgeable, affordable health care. They no longer fall in between the gaps of racial justice, feminist, and LGBT movements. They are centered in those movements. And they are centered because they matter. They are centered because our own liberation lies in their safety and well-being. Thank you for honoring me with this reward. It is going to stand as an enduring reminder of the work that we must continue to do together. Thank you.